And welcome again to my high school football championship series. Just a quick reminder that all of the teams featured in this series are custom made teams for College Football 26, and they are all available for download and use in your College Football 26 video game. Simply search my username down there at the bottom, Dreadwin94, and you can download and import these teams into your College Football 26 video game and play as any one of them. Just make sure that you're searching for the username search box and not the keyword search box. Sorry about that. Here is the schedule for week 7. These are the games we're looking at. So tonight we're going to start off with HL Bourgeois at South Lafourche, and then we'll also get into Morgan City at South Terrebonne for game 2, and then on Thursday we'll move on to the other two games there on the right. That's kind of how we've been doing this. So let's get to our first matchup. Okay, I've got the teams pulled up for you right here. These are the matchups that we're looking at between the two teams and their subsequent ratings. We'll see how this one works out. HL has played some very close games against some higher rated teams, so it's entirely possible we've seen upsets happen before this season. HL hasn't managed to get into the win column yet, but we'll see. Maybe they can pull it off here. As far as the uniform options that we're looking at, let's take a quick look at those. South Lafourche are going to be in their alternate home uniforms. This is basically an all blue set for them, blue jersey, blue pants, and blue helmet. That's what that's going to look like. And HL Bourgeois is going to be in their alternate away uniform. So they've got that alternate logo on their helmet, the big B with the Braves written across it, white jerseys, and their grayish silver pants. All right, let's go ahead and get on to the matchup. And I debated doing weather, but I think we're going to do clear skies again this week, going to an 8 p.m. kickoff because this is high school football. So we're going down to Cutoff, Louisiana under the Friday night lights. And we're going to see the matchup between the HL Bourgeois Braves and the South Lafourche Tarpons. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to the broadcast booth. And as always, I will catch you guys on the other side. Let's see how this one shakes out.
Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to stop. Nice execution by the offense, but probably cheating too.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Quick release
to it. So much energy in this building, and the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Bringing it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. A running back they could really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. Nice job to get him past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. To the air on 1st down. Pressure coming. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Now they'll run the draw. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And after that, best thing you can do, hunt it away. Here comes the special teams. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. They'll run the sneak for it. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Little touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's got some space. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Power football with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. 3rd down after the run. To the air, it's Sims. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, in that situation, that just worked out perfectly for the defense. It was 3rd and 1, and I'm not so sure that was a pass blitz. That might have been a run blitz. That might have been the defense just trying to add an extra body in the gap, expecting a run. The quarterback held on to the football, and that worked out perfectly for the D.
They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run play action. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Unloads it left. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They kick it away on 4th down. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a see what he can do with it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The give. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Looking to fire. Got his man downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. Offense in a bunch formation. Got it set up on the outside. There he goes. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Whistle blows, and this is the 2-minute timeout, and these guys have a chance to take the lead before halftime. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Sims. Oh, they're after him. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back to the 16. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll run the screen. Found enough room to cross the 25 and out to the 27-yard line. That's not enough to move the chains. It'll be 4th down. The good news is it was complete. The bad news is not enough for the 1st down. Punt team headed out. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. They'll run it from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rushes on him. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, these 4-3 defensive ends that can get pressure on quarterbacks, they get paid a lot of money in the National Football League, and that's why. When you can get out of your stance and win it around the edge to get to the QB, not many guys do it as well as that.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Pulls it in, it's Williams. And he's knocked down. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to get the first through the air. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And just a spectacular punt. It'll go out of bounds inside the 5-yard line and really put this offense in a hole. Gonna run it. It's Adams. Turning it on. Gets it out
exactly what you want from your offense. Create some space, get out of the shadow of your own end zone, Palmer, and make it easier on this offense.
Yeah, it's nice when you have a running back like that, too, that can create that space for you. Now, if you're the play caller, your entire playbook is wide open.
And they're going to play it safe. Conservative approach here, but they'll take the knee and head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. Either way, it's time to find out. Back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
He'll put toe together and get this second half started. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Petrie. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Off play action. He wants to take the top off. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. That's reeled in. It's different.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. And is just inside that right upright. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. They'll leave it with him. Shakes off the defender. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. 5 receivers across the formation. It's 2nd and 11. Looking downfield, it's Sims. Bringing the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
But we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right
the OC. Let's call that one again.
Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Behind the chains now on second and long. The give to the tailback. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. Now improvising. He gets the job done, picking up the first down and getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Leaves it with the back. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with third and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Caught in the backfield. It's Williams. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Keep it on the ground. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be third and long. Wants to go up top. And this is going to be incomplete on third. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. Splits the uprights. Good.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Right after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it out. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Off play action on first down. And the timing just a hair off. So now it's second and long. Looking to throw, it's Sims. Under fire. Finds a tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. A deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Trying play action. Pocket breaking down. Looking downfield to throw. Fires one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And here comes the punt team. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and 4.
offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Sims. Under fire. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now, the 7th sack of the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury team.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying to make that rush think
All right, that does it, and that pretty much punches the ticket to the playoffs for South Lafourche High School, as they will improve their record and HL remains winless for the season. Let's move on to these stats. Just a quick reminder that because of the way I have to do this set up in the play now mode, I'm not able to keep track of stats from week to week. So after every game, I like to go through the stats for both teams for anyone who wants to keep track of these things at home. All right, so we're going to start with South Lafourche here. Here's the passing stats for South Lafourche. Not a huge day, but certainly efficient. Um, Got to give credit to the HL Bourgeois defense. Jake Williams has been a playmaker for South Lafourche pretty much all season, running the ball hard. Number 23 right there. Again, not a big day, but efficient. Here's the touchdown run that they had late in the fourth quarter. Again, credit to HL's defense. They held out as long as they could, kind of a bend, don't break defense, only giving up field goals there for most of the game until they just couldn't hold out any longer. And South Lafourche finally punched in that touchdown that sealed the game there at the end. HL just couldn't get any help from the offense in this game at all. That opening drive was about the only bit of offense they could produce in this game. I don't think we had any turnovers, but we had so many sacks. Oh my gosh. I think we're in double digit sacks. In fact, you can see here there's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then another half a sack each here. So that's 9. There's another one here, 10. I think I counted 10 or 11 sacks. Yeah, 10 sacks. So double digit sacks. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's one thing that's been consistent though this season, and maybe if I do this again, I might have this might be an adjustment I have to see if I can make on the sliders. But man, these teams take so many sacks in most of these games. All right, let's move on to the HL stats. Not good stats for HL. So many sacks for Chris Sims. Passing the ball wasn't horrible. 10 out of 17 for only 100 yards, but just couldn't get anything completed when he needed to. Held on the ball way too long. Took way too many sacks. You can see that here. Minus 64 yards. Most of that sack yardage right there. Well, I mean, all of it is. I don't think he did he run? I don't remember him running at all. This is a team that needs their quarterback to run the ball. Adams had a good day running. The one bright spot on this team was Adams running the ball when he had a chance, but they just couldn't do it consistently. They really need Sims to take part in that option game and take some pressure off the passing game that way. Um, Blocking, less receiving. I'm sorry, we're moving on to blocking here. Let me go back to receiving. Sorry, just a quick look. I'm in only four receivers. They had something going with Allen early on. Allen there was kind of their main target for a bit. But yeah, so here's the defensive stats. Take a look through these. Did they even have any sacks? I don't think they had any sacks. Looking at it, I don't. Oh, there's one. There's one sack there. They had one sack on the night. So HL could not get to South Lafourche's quarterback. Here is the one field goal that they were able to attempt, and then all those punts that they had to do. So yeah, that does it for game one. Once again, South Lafourche. Now with that win, that should put them in pretty good shape, at least for getting them into the playoffs, because they do hold tiebreakers over Morgan City and Central Lafourche. So regardless of what happens, they'll have a tiebreaker over both of those teams. So that should be enough to get them into the playoffs at this point. HL drops to a very disappointing 0-7 on the season. All right, let's move on to our next game. I'm going to take a quick pause here while I get things set up in the background, and then we'll be right back and we'll move on to game two. Stick with me.